You have the code in there too, right?
Yeah. I believe we are live. Let me double check that. Shut off my volume here. Yep. Very cool. Welcome, each and every one of you. Snug Vapes, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Love the videos, by the way. So listen, let me jump into this. Obviously, we have a guest on tonight. We're very lucky to have him, Dean from Coil Vapes, juice maker. You can find him at tjvapes.com. You can find the juice, or at coilvapes.com. You can also find him on Facebook, Coil Vapes. Just search it to find him. Met Dean at Vape Summit, and you know, it's pretty much been a friendship ever since. And I've gotten to know him over the last little while, and I got to tell you, the show's gonna be pretty rad. He's smart and knows what he's doing, and it's gonna be pretty cool to pick his mind. We're definitely lucky to have him. So Dean, welcome, my friend.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Trevor. Thanks.
Beautiful, man. So what's new, dude? What's going on with you?
Well, it's normal. Working, chatting with you majority of the day, and everybody else on Facebook. Facebook keeps you kind of busy.
Any special places you want these guys to look for you on Facebook?
Yeah, they can find me at Dean Hanakis. I should be on there right now, and or you can look at facebook.com/coilvapes.
Beautiful.
COILVAPES.
Beautiful, man. Your line, like I said, and I stand by it. Absolutely the best, most well-rounded juice line I've ever had, bar none, no question about it. And I feel like a lot of people by now have kind of reached out to juices, and I've been getting a lot of good feedback, dude. You try our master, what you do. I told you that many a times. What's new with the line? Anything new coming out? Any new flavors we should look for?
Yeah, you actually had yesterday. It was the happy endings, happy ending, and that was the first version actually. And I've been working on a second one for it. The first one was a strawberry icing, and the second one is an strawberry amaretto cake. And I like this one a lot better. It's nice. Works better than the icing. Flavors just keep popping in my head. I want to try to stop, but I can't. It's hard. I love creating, man.
What's the process, man? What's the process with you? Because you have some very, like, sweet potato, sweet pea, my beloved sweet pea. As a matter of fact, I'm vaping it right now, right? What's the process for you, man, when you get into this? I mean, obviously, what's your inspirations? Is it meals that you have? Do you just kind of think of these? They pop in your head? Maybe it's something you've tried? How's the process go for you, man?
I pick up samples, and I usually run through them. I tend to work off of smell, and I guess a lot of the weird creations that I come up with is being in New Orleans, and I was grown, I grew up here, and basically it's just my father's from Greece, my mom's German, and then there's so many cultures in New Orleans. I eat all types of food, Vietnamese. There's a strong Vietnamese culture here. Indian food. I get bored very quickly, so I always like to switch it up and try new things. And you and I keep going back with coffee. I mean, you can see I know you're passionate about coffee as I am, and try to find the best coffee as possible. And I guess it just all kind of throughout my life and growing up. It just kind of led me to where I am today. And basically what I do, I try not to force anything. And if someone suggests something, I'll work on it, but I find it's more difficult to do. I like things to just come natural to me. So if I'm sitting down here, I never force it. If I'm kind of in the mood and I'm thinking about something, and like I said, when I get the samples, I smell each one, and there's just a way it hits me. in a sense. It makes my body smile in a sense. I feel good. So I kind of store it in my mind, and I move on. And every time I order new flavor, and I'll have more samples that'll come in, and I'll go through the same process, and then eventually I'll sit down one day and then, bam, it'll hit me, you know. And I formulate the recipe in my head, and then I sit down, I grab everything, and then I mix it. I normally don't ever taste any of the flavors ahead of time. Usually a lot of the stuff that I mix, I'm tasting it for the first time. Some of them. So I throw it together, I vape it, and to me, what's important is how does it vape fresh? Because I'm very impatient.
Sure.
I want to just mix it and vape it. So when it vapes fresh and it's good, you know, at the beginning, by the next day it kind of melds together, and you know whether or not you can go a little further with it, start dropping it off in people's packages. That's what I do. I have different groups and stuff like that, and friends and people who I send out flavors to, who order from me regularly, and I always throw in the extras and little betas and things that I'm working on, and just to get some feedback.
Yeah, smart, man. And it's really nice, you know, when you buy some juice or whatever you buy, and you open up the box and there's that little something extra. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing. It's very cool of you. A lot of people won't even mess with that. You know what I mean?
I love doing that. It's the best. As much as I can, I love to give back. You know, and it makes me feel good. And even to the little details on the packages, you know, because I'm in groups like Vape Your Face Off, VYFO, who's one of the groups that I admin, and I you know, they're my friends, and it's an ohana, you know, it's a family atmosphere, and we all mess with each other, and I like the personal touches, like adding little notes on the box or writing a note in the, you know, just to make that connection, not just online, but via letter or a package, you know, that it's a little bit more personal. It's handwritten, you know, and it's my way of saying thank you and appreciate that person, you know, and getting to know them, and they're good friends.
Yeah. Beautiful, man. Let's do a little roll call too, man. All right, Sean Brown, good to see you, dude. You see anybody you know, Dean?
Yeah, Lee Kuntz is in here. I see Sean Brown. What's up, dude?
Nice.
Peter Austin. Peter Austin's in here.
Danny Brandt, what's up, man? A lot of good people in here. Yeah, thanks for joining the show. This is gonna be pretty rad, and definitely leaving it up for everybody to see. You know, if you do decide maybe you haven't tried vapes and you decide, coupon, man, tjvapes, that's 20%, right?
That's right.
That's right, dude. So if you feel like you want to try something, man, don't forget the coupon code. That's there for you guys to use, you know. Cake from Snug Vapes. He's feeling it, dude. Danny Brown. It's going good, man. That damn Limeo. Been vaping it since yesterday. Can't put it down. Yeah, that's pretty epic, dude. You know, and you have this weird way of taking these very, I guess I don't even dare to say they could be super, super harsh, not handled the right way. You just have this weird gift of like taking these heavy flavors and just molding them to what you want it to be without them being, you know, overbearing or heavy on the palate. You know what I mean? Everything I've ever tried from you has been super easy to vape. You know what I mean?
Right.
It really has, and I feel like your nicotine levels are like right on. You know, and I find that when people mix big batches, gallons worth or whatever, it always comes up weird. It's a little hit or miss, because I'm the type of guy that loves the throat hit. You know what I mean? I got that thumb.
Right.
That's what gets me. You know, that's keeps my cravings down, is that throat hit. And sometimes it's hit or miss with other companies. You know, with you, it's always been the same every time. Is that kind of feel like I blend them in a way to kind of keep the nick at that level? It's almost smoother than most. I can't explain it. It's so hard to explain.
It's the quality of nicotine, and it goes with everything. You know, just like going back to the coffee. I try to find the best of the best. Even when it comes to vaping, I mean, like I really didn't even I wasn't even getting into it to sell or retail. I was making juice for myself, and I still, in a sense, you know, I'm making these flavors. It's things that I enjoy. I'm just lucky enough everybody else enjoys them like I do. You know.
Yeah.
I'm thankful, but you know, I never expected it to be what it is today or be here. I mean, and it's going back to the beginning when I started vaping in December of 2013. I was still smoking. My cigarettes were the black pack of American Spirits, the you know, the perk blend.
Yep.
And it's my favorite. I love those. But I started with a little ego pen from a head shop. Got some China juice, actually, Skittles, and 24 Nick, and that's when I started. And I lasted on that for a couple of weeks, and then I moved into. I needed more, man. It was hard to quit with just that. It wasn't satisfying enough for me. So I picked up a Magneto and an RSST. That was my first setup.
Nice.
Mesh was my first.
Wow.
And Mesh, it's a love-hate for Mesh.
It is.
Because when you have Mesh set properly, it's such a beautiful vape. It's so clean. You know, it's just keeping it that way is the struggle, you know. and nowadays, I mean, there's addies that are a lot better that can actually keep the wick together and hold it. But I mean, I find Mesh is better when you're at home relaxing, not so much as on the go.
Right. I agree wholeheartedly. Yeah.
So yeah, so I got into the RSST, and that lasted me about 2 weeks, and because I don't know if you've had them, but Mesh dry hits are the worst.
I've had
all dry hits. It's like razor blades going down the throat, dude.
Dude, it's so bad.
And it rips up your throat for like a couple days, you know what I'm saying? Like you got a couple days you're swallowing, you're like, man. So then I picked up an authentic Patriot. Patriot was my first RDA I ever bought, the V1 with the Magneto.
Nice.
And at that point, about a week or so later, that's when cigarettes stopped in January. I was done. I never looked back. And then at that point, I got obsessed with the coil building. You know, just one after the other. I would build. I would. You know, I was looking at Road Trippers. I was looking at you. I was looking at Twisted. You know, anywhere Bishop. I was. You know, all those were y'all were my guys. You know that I wanted to perfect that. So I became obsessed with it, and I started building. I'd build a coil, I'd vape on a little bit, like throw it out, start again, build, and until eventually I found builds that I enjoyed, that worked for me. And at that point, I'm sure it's like a lot of people. You know, you don't have a lot of money when you're raising a family, and so I started. I was like, well, I got the coil part done. Let me start fooling around with some juice, and to make some things for me. And I remember trying to convince my wife into doing it. She's like, yeah, I can see you're going to spend more money on this, and you know.
I know exactly what you're saying, bro.
I'm like, no, but I'm telling you, it's going to save so much money. You know, I don't have to worry. So then
so parallel. I was like, dude, but in the end, we'll save a lot of money. I'm just like, let me buy Nick and Eugene.
I know what I'm mixing. You know, I know what's going to be in my juice.
That is so funny.
Let's go with it.
That's exactly what I was saying. But I know exactly. I can make it for you. I can make as much as you want. Any strength you want.
Any flavor. It's endless.
That's funny, dude. That is so good. Okay. Sorry, man.
So yeah, and so I started mixing it out. I was doing little 5 mils, and I was kind of like meh when I first started. And then I created Green Bee. That was my first one. And I started vaping on that for a while. And then Campfire Peach followed after that, which none of them had names at the time. It was just like GB or like that. You're right. And I just kept making juices, and I was working on creamy ones, and like Creamy Dreams and Peanut Butter Slap and things like that. Just trying different things because I started to finally get that niche, and figuring it out. So I'd always hang around the local vape shops, and I'd share my juice and talk to you become friends with people at the vape shop, and especially during that time. It was pretty much a little bit on the internet, and everything was in a vape shop. It was hard to find juice. You couldn't go online and buy unicorn milk. You had to go in your vape shop to pick it up, and things like that. 5-on you could. But so anyway, I was going around, and then I hit a local shop here called Ohm's Vape Supply, and Andrew was the owner, and we were sitting around just chatting. And I was like, hey man, look, you want people to try your juice, and just to see if they like it or not. And he started vaping it, and as he was vaping, he's like, man, I would carry that. Kind of
wow, what a trip for you, right?
Yeah, I was like, really? He's like, yeah, man. He's like, it's really good. He's like, I would carry that. I was like, okay. He said, well, come back next Wednesday. We'll have some friends over, and we'll try it with everybody, and if we like it, I'll make an order with you. No company, no name of the company, no nothing at the time. So like I went home, kind of mixed up my things for my first time, and I brought it over to the shop, and he started vaping them. And as he was running through them, still didn't have names for them at the time. And as he was vaping them, he started writing an order up. So I was like, okay. It takes you back. I never expected it. But, from that point on, that's when he came home, and then, started to look at everything, get the business started, get your LLC, get your insurance, get, a place to mix, get, everything. All that stuff, you start running, it starts running through your head, and you're trying to throw everything together, and I'm at home that evening, excited and pumped up. And I'm like, what can I think? I got to think of a name for my company. I got to think of the name of the juice. I got to write descriptions. All this stuff starts popping in your head. So I was just going through and just searching through the internet, and I'm looking around, and I'm rattling off names in my head, and because I just got off of being obsessed with Coil building, and I was like, Coil, Coil this, Coil that. I'm like, Coil Vapes. And then it hit me, and I started looking around, checking the social media, the websites, and nothing. They didn't have, no one had it. So I was like, sweet. So I just started grabbing them, and buying the sites, and buying the Facebook, and everything, and pulling it together. There was no rush on the order. He knew, it was like we're starting, and he was giving me time to get everything set up so we could do it right. And so, after you kind of slow down a little bit for a second, I was like, okay, I have the name Coil Vapes. How am I going to make this logo? What am I going to do for this logo? Those coils that are on that logo, I still have them. And
that's cool. That's cool.
I wrapped each one of those individually. You can see the first one's kind of, the C is a diamond coil. The O is the O is a hurricane.
Oh, nice.
And it actually was my first Clapton, and I kind of turned it sideways, and instead of it looking like an O, it was cool looking Clapton too, but instead of it looking like an O, it almost looked like a dash. So I changed it out and put the hurricane in, and and then the I is just your basic, you know, micro coil, and I just kind of bent it up, you know, bent it up to make that dot.
Yeah.
And then the L's are twisted. And I threw it on this little bed of cotton, and I started rounding off pictures, and that's how it came out. That's my label. Awesome. It's an actual picture.
That's super cool, man. It's just kind of that story, you know what I mean? And
right.
You know, typically we just look at this as just a straight up label, but when there's a story behind it, it just means so much more. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's cool. It's very organic. I like that. I like that you did that. So listen, man, Joe had a question. Joe Bark. Now I want to say something too real quick. If you guys have a question for Dean, keep writing it, all right? Because it may pass, because I'm listening to Dean as well as reading the chat. So if you got a question you really want answered, keep writing it. I'll see it, and I promise I'll get it up there, okay? I'll do everything I can to. Joe Bark has a question, Dean. With budget juices gaining popularity and brick and mortars selling their excess stock of premium juices at clearance style price because there is too much overhead, do you foresee a possible budget line for yourself in addition to the current line? And thanks to you in advance.
Definitely. Actually, if you look at the trend from the beginning when it started, I mean, we were in 15 mils when it all started. And 15 mils were popular. They were $12 a piece, roughly, $12 to $15 a piece. And, you know, over time and as it progressed, I mean, now you have sub-ohm tanks and people are dripping. So, I mean, juice is just getting consumed.
Yeah.
I mean, you can run through a sub-tank in no time. And you can see, and I mean, when we started, I had 15 mils, and then I moved into 30 mils. And the price was 22 at the time. And I was looking at the market, and I saw the sub-tanks coming in, and I wanted to be fair, you know. I didn't want to I want it to be just kind of comfortable, you know. It's
sure.
Look, at $18 a price too, and you know, and a lot of people who know, you pay $18, and it's rare that I just put 130 if you order a 30, you know. I'll throw in samples, I'll throw in 15s, you know. You're not, and there's discount codes, you know, your discount code and things like that. So that's why I felt comfortable at 18. I think it was a good number considering everything going around and all the extras that I throw in. You know, that's why I think I priced it fairly. A budget line, yes, I thought about it. I see a trend actually in juice. I see it going down. Cyclops just did it. I mean, Cyclops just did a huge cut in their juice, and they're giving a lot more. And I think that's going to be a common trend, and you're going to see that happen more and more in the future because, I mean, the amount of juice. I mean, people are going through 30 mils of juice a day. You know.
Yeah.
Easy. And
easy. Yeah, for sure.
And no one's going to want to pay $18 to $22. You know, and blow through that much juice in a day. It's just not going to happen. A budget-friendly line, yeah. I mean, I can see it. Who knows? Maybe eventually down the road, the way it's just the way the market goes. Yeah. Our normal line might go down, and you might get even bigger bottles. You know, you never know.
Right on, man.
It's changed from when I started to now. You know, and I'm always thinking about that. You know, I want to try to make it as fair to the buyer and myself. I mean, I have overhead, you know, and I, as much as I would love to just give it away, trust me, and I do give a lot of juices away. I mean,
you do. You're very generous, man.
A lot, and I'm not including all the shops. You know, you send samples to, and all that kind of adds up, and you have to find a good balance somewhere, and that's how we kind of came up with the price.
Very cool. Hope that answered your question, man. Thank you for writing it, dude. Let's do a roll call, yeah? Trey's here.
Trey and Janelle. I think
Janelle's here too. Yeah, man. You see anybody?
Let's see.
Man, there's a lot of
Trevor, I'm here.
Each one beautiful. Rin Vapes, hey girl, what you doing? Rin Vapes, man. Shout out to Rin, dude. So listen, here's another one. What do you think of the vaping laws that are trying to be passed? A lot has changed in MA.
Yeah, I have a couple of really good customers, and actually one of them's in the room here, Peter Olson, who's in MA, and man, it really stinks. You know,
God, they're just dropping bombs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're just pummeling us at a constant rate.
It's
you
know, I hate to say it, it's just, I mean, it's greedy politicians is what it is. Yeah. They're losing money on tobacco. People are finding a better alternative now, and they got to figure how to pick that slack up somehow, you know. And it's hot. And you know what's so funny? I mean, they're trying to do it here in Louisiana, but they're so unorganized with it. It's like they're just dropping things, and it's like the right laws, and they're really not sure or how to implement it, or, you know, taxes are in juice. Look at Trey, quit rambling.
Do not quit rambling, dude. Do not. We love it, man. We love it.
Yeah, no, yeah. It seems like more and more of the taxes that are going up. I guess until regulations start kicking in, you know, it's gonna be. It's just nature of the beast, man.
So true.
Just got to figure out a way to get together and everybody, you know, speak out and have a voice and let them know how you feel and get involved with CASA and, you know, all the activist groups that really fight, the advocacy groups that really fight for us, you know, and try to keep vaping you know, good and strong and keep growing and not let the politics, who really aren't really that educated about vaping, you know, help educate them a little bit better so they can make a little bit better of a decision instead of just something off the cuff, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I love you too, Trey. I love you too. I love you too.
It's a love in here, Snug Vapes. Dang. You know what? Rob Key's in. What's up, Rob? Good to see you, dude.
Oh, there's Rob Key. There. Yeah, you actually brought Rob Key and I together, Trevor.
That's awesome, man. Key's a good dude, man.
He is.
Yeah, definitely got Key's back. He's a hell of a guy, man. And Chucktown Builder, what's up, dude? So listen, Rin Vapes, she has a great YouTube channel. If you want to click that and subscribe to her. You ever watch Rin Vapes, man?
Yeah, I have. I've caught it. I caught it a couple times.
She's cute, man.
Yeah.
Also, Vape Fog. Have you watched Vape Fog's reviews at all?
I have not. I'm gonna have to check him out.
Yeah, dude. Fog's the dude, man. He's got this crazy announcer voice. Like, seriously, he's got the craziest voice. He's just like, dude, fucking crazy shit. But he has great reviews, really solid videos, in my humble opinion, sure. I think anyone who sub-ohms 0.15 and under easily goes through 15 to 30 mil a day. Yeah, totally, man.
I agree with that.
Agree more. Vapor function. Okay.
That's me.
Yeah, dude, right? So easily too. It's not even funny.
The VFT4, the VFT4, you can easily go through 60. If you know what I mean. That's obnoxious, man. That tank.
There's a lot of great. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of great reviewers in here. Click and name and subscribe, man. Snug Vapes, dude. I've been checking out your videos lately. I've caught a few of them. Love them. Great reviewer. There's so many good reviewers out there, isn't there? Who's your go-tos, man? Who's your go-tos?
You, of course. Actually,
that's cool. That's cool, dude. Thank you.
It's still so surreal to me that you know, I saw you at some and you know, gave you some juice, and it kind of blossomed into what it is today. And I mean, we talk a lot, you know, back and forth and chat. And who I would have never thought when I started back at the beginning watching, and I'd be sitting here live on the show with you, or have your, you know, phone number and text and send coffee to one another. Never would have guessed that. Never. That's the cool thing.
Either,
that's the coolest thing.
It was like Summit was so crazy for me, you know. And I told this story in the review, but it was like it was so weird because you were chilling right there, and I was talking to Todd, right? And I remember shaking his hand, and I could just feel this crazy energy from you, you know.
I was about to kiss you.
Yeah, I couldn't tell, dude. I was like, "You gonna kiss me, dude?" But I was like,
I was gonna get all on that.
But from the moment you handed me that device with the tank on it, man, I was just, and literally when you handed that to me, I was like, another juice. You probably saw the look on my face.
You're like, hey.
Summit is just full of juice, man. And then I was like, and I hit it, and I was just like, what? Melinda still loves that stuff. Hopefully Nick's watching. Nick Jones, Melinda, hopefully both of them are watching. But yeah, thanks to them, you know, I got a chance to meet you. It's been a great friendship, Dean. You're a super solid guy, and I can't tell enough people about you, man. Let's move it up.
Hey, well, we can go back. We can go,
Fanboy Dean.
Yeah, Trey.
Yeah.
No, we can go back. I'm watching you. Todd Reviews is probably one of my favorite of all time.
Nice.
And you know, it was sad to see him go. It was awesome to see him come back.
Yeah.
You know, and I like Twisted. It's still my core, basically.
Yeah.
Todd, you, Twisted, and I like Rip, man. I like Rip Trippers. I still do, and I'm branching out and I'm seeing, because there's a lot of reviewers now, and it's good, you know. And I can't forget the one and only who actually did the first ever Coil review was for Pizza Delicious, and that was Mo at Strange Vapes.
Nice, yeah, dude.
Yeah, if you want to see a good channel that's different, you know, a review that's different, he takes on the gnarliest juice.
Yes.
Vapes. Yeah. Strange Vapes. It's a great show, and Mo's a beautiful person too, man.
Yeah, it's great, man. There's a lot of stuff going on in the chat too here. Instagram. Do you have an Instagram?
I do. At Coil Vapes. Just like Twitter. Twitter at Coil Vapes.
Cool, man. Yeah, that's great. You're all over. I like that. I started out, Vapor Function LA official. I started out making box mods for people, got popular now. I'm starting to just be a icon as well. Very cool, man. Building boxes is crazy. I salute you for that. I can never, can you imagine? I cannot build a box mod. Like, I'll leave that to the pros, dude. Like, pros ain't nobody. Yeah, Rin's with me. Rin's with me. Hi, guys. Todd here. All right. How does he do it? Todd sometimes comes on. Todd, if you're watching, man, we love you, dude. Todd is the G, though, right?
Yeah.
Todd is, like, seriously the G of all Gs. I love his videos, man.
I've been starting to watch Robert the On Vapor.
Yeah, man, right on, dude.
Yeah, I've been catching his shows.
I've been watching Robert since the Kraken build. Love Robert.
Yeah, he's good. He just did the game on himself too.
God, that was such a good showing, dude.
Yeah,
that was such a good showing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that was so good. Like, the way he broke down that entire mod and the way he was talking about the buttons and stuff. He's just, man, that guy just knows. Excellent showing. Yeah, cool, man. That board, though.
Yeah. That Camry, though.
Yeah, the Camry, for sure, man. Let's see. Anything else? Mo Porn is my dude. Nice. Remember Twisted Messes when he was using quartz as a wick? I do. Addy Tooney. Addy Tooney's the K-Fun Whisperer, man. He's wild with K-Funs. He sent me one, and I still use that, by the way. Addy. He decks them out. He takes clones, and he just, guts them. And he put his own thing on it. He sent it with the build. The same build he sent me is still in there. And but Addy, we got to talk about that custard you sent me, bro. We need to work out something to it, like 120 of that, man. It's like a black currant custard. It's delicious, man.
What? That sounds delicious.
He went off, man. It was crazy. It was crazy.
I like black currant. It's a good one.
Yeah, man. I haven't missed that at all. I should play with it. I love the flavor of it, but it was a little different than what I was used to. I was kind of expecting maybe like a, you know, you're running the milk custard flavorings, you know what I mean?
Right.
And it was awesome. He killed it. But anyway, yeah, he builds K-Funs, blows them out, opens up the air holes on them.
Nice.
What's the juice channels? Oh man, that thing keeps up. Rin. I have a little slur in my speech. Robert tells it like it is. Yes, he does. Nice hair, Trevor. On point. I like that. Thanks, Trey. People, Trey, you should. Okay, now everybody's talking it up, dude. They're kind of talking amongst themselves. Again, if you have a question, write it down. What are you using tonight, man? What you vaping on?
I have 3 setups here. I have my dual NSXs, which I love. My 454 V2 plume that was given to me from Mac that does the cyclone, which I've always wanted one, and I was blown away by it. It's a great Addy, and of course the Velocity.
Yes.
My beautiful. This was my unicorn right here.
Yeah.
The Cyclone. This is my baby.
I think it's beautiful, man.
Yeah, he's got the Evo coming out too. It's sick. The DNA 200, fully customizable. It's beautiful. And I'm in that group as well too, and VYFO. It's 2 good groups.
Would you say that's kind of the main place you hang out on, and mainly is Facebook?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, Facebook. Between them and actually Jim, the group of Elite Mods, and kind of in there with them, which I actually do the juice for them as well. I do Jim's line,
Right
which
on.
is a Truffle Shuffle and BYOV, Bring Your Own Vape. One's a banana strawberry smoothie, and the other one, Truffle Shuffle, is a dark chocolate raspberry. Really good.
That one, I found a bottle of that, and I could have swore, I could ask you, did you send me 2 of these? But I found a bottle of that in the deepest, darkest corner of the cabinet. And I was like, what's this? I'm like, Truffle Shuffle, dude. That thing is amazing. Like, that is the closest to chocolate covered anything I've ever had. Well done. Well
Thank
done.
you.
And I cherish it. I kind of treat it like my tobaccos. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just like a here and there. So
Right.
hell yeah, man.
It's a good after dinner vape.
The velocity is something else.
Yes.
You weren't joking.
Yes.
I can't believe that thing. I mean, endless amounts of dense, thick. That's gonna be one cloudy video, and I think I'm ready for it. Because again, it's on alone, right? So I don't want to keep it too long, man. You know.
He's not gonna miss it.
Yeah.
He can probably keep it.
Yeah.
He's got his marquee. He's good.
Oh, he's got his collection is so extensive. It's so unreal.
It's not. It's extensive, but he uses one thing. It's just a SX Mini and a marquee. That's it. He knows who he is.
What's your newest RDA?
My newest RDA, you have actually.
The M-Addy.
The M-Addy.
Go ahead, buddy. Sorry. There, Dean. Oh no. Freezage. No. I better refresh the page. I'm not. If you're talking, I can't hear you. Here comes a sketchy refresh. If anything happens, we will be back. Promise. No. Oh, there you are. Dean. Oh, this is terrible. have Dean call me back. Dean, if you can hear this, you might want to give me a call back, man. We'll keep the show rolling until he goes back, or we figure it out here. A bottom feeding velocity, beautiful, man, beautiful. I love butter. Yeah, dude. There you are. Dean? I have mountain internet, so it's terrible. I'll keep it rolling. I'm pretty sure he just tried to call. My newest one is the Indestructible by J-Bo. This thing's pretty sick, man. And it's, you could say that the toe baddie changed everything for vaping, right? Literally changed everything. If you think of the Tobe, it's legendary. You know, it's probably the most cloned unit ever in the history of vaping. But for one, it is of like the first 3-piece, I believe. And I could be wrong. But it with the fins, the conical shape, it changed everything. And, you know, I saw a picture of the Indestructible, and I kind of passed by it. You'd think by now I learned my lesson. And till I finally felt one in my hands, I realized what I had been missing. And I bought it instantly. Yeah, it's great. It's fantastic. Dean, go back. Let's see. Great deals on mods. I have built a few bottom feeding mods. They're fun. Cool, man. That's sweet. I have LakeNet. I know the feels for sure, Colton. For sure. I just subscribed to you, Vapor Function. I really need to stop slacking on my videos, but I enjoy watching others much. Yeah, dude. I am a slacker as well. I have Time Warner. Enough said. Nice. Have you tried the Glacier RDA? I haven't. I haven't tried the Glacier. I'd like to, though. I'd like to. Let's see. Drilling top caps. Yeah, dude. Yeah. You know, the Tobe. Excellent. We lost Dean. We lost Dean, Todd. He will come back to me. Sure, he's... Okay. One sec, guys. I apologize for this. We are going to call Mr. Dino. Mr. Dean, will you come back to me? Mr. Dean. Okay. Very cool. He said he'll be back in just a few more minutes, guys. Apologies again. Let's get back to the show here. Trevor, I still sit through your hour-long build videos. Somehow I still love them. Awesome. Thank you for the support, dude. They are long, aren't they? I have really long videos. The reason I kind of... Somebody asked me this the other day, and they asked me why I don't edit, and I don't do all that other stuff. When I first started, I was like, I'm just going to do it raw. Like raw and straight up. Like, and if I mess up, not necessarily embrace failure, right? But more or less like accept it. Like I want to mess up. I want to mess up a build and have to redo it over and do all this. Because I feel like when I was first building and I'd watch guys like the greats, man, name one, you know, and they were so perfect at it and they did so good like every single time. And it just never worked out that way for me. And by messing up a lot, I learned a lot, because that's the only way really you can ever learn is by screwing up, you know? And And so I just thought, you know what? I'm gonna leave the bloops in there, and I'm just gonna keep pushing on, man. Like BC box mod video, I probably sat there for 10 minutes before I even checked the bottom 510 pin. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, they're long and they're very drawn out. And to hear that you still actually like them after, you know, for that length of time, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Because it can get very weird sitting in by yourself in a kitchen and staring at a camera, you know. So
Hey, I'm back.
good to see you, bro.
Blue screen of death. Blue screen of death.
Awesome, dude. Everything good?
Yeah, we're good.
Welcome back, dude. Welcome back.
My battery died, like Trey.
Nice. Yeah, I was just kind of explaining. Somebody had mentioned that I'd still sit through my long videos and be so stoked. So I was just kind of going on a little tangent there, dude. So good to have you back, man. Good to have you back.
How you liking the MN?
The M Addy?
Yes.
Oh my god, I love that thing. That thing is so crazy. Like, I can't. It's gonna be a really great review. And like, I have a lot of playing with it to do. But remember that build, like that picture I sent you of that build in there?
Yes.
That TWIT 26 parallel or whatever.
Yes.
It's a little rowdy for it, but like the more I use it, the better it's getting. And I'm just thinking like that's the best build I've had in there so far. And like I said, it's a little rowdy, little loud, little, but it's so good, man. It's so good.
Small. It's a small chamber, so
Very small. Yeah, very small.
Thick walls too. It's so well built. It's a beautiful Addy. The machining on that is just insane.
Fantastic. I haven't seen anything like it except for the velocity, but
yes,
you can definitely tell like
454 is the same way though.
Yeah.
454 V2 is great machining on it.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking. Like that's the one I never jumped on, you know. And you love yours. You've been using yours forever, huh? Since it came out.
The 454.
Yeah.
Yeah. Until I picked up the. I mean, I like the velocity. The velocity is a solid Addy, but I'm more of a flavor guy. And the velocity is kind of those, you put that nice warm build so you can get, and the thing that's great about it, you can really chuck, you know, you can push some nice clouds with it, and the clouds has great flavor, which is different from a lot of the airy Addies that are like that. That's what I love about the velocity, and it's so easy to build on that thing. You have so much room. The coils line up all the time.
Yeah.
But I like flavor, man, and that 454 V2 is just, the flavor's on point in that thing. It's great. They did such a nice job with the second version from the first, because I have both, and it's an underrated Addy, man. It's a solid piece. It was my favorite until I got the M Addy.
Right.
The M Addy pushed it to second, but the 454 V2 is, I still use it. It's my daily.
Nice, man. Daily setup. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's so small on the, you know, the SX. It's a 2-piece, not the 3-piece anymore, so that cap doesn't fall off like it used to. It's great. Thick walls, just like the M.
Yeah, I actually had a chance when I bought the 4 for review, right? And I actually had a chance to talk to that guy, the maker of it, on the phone for a few minutes. I hit him up and I was like, hey, listen, I'm gonna review this. You know, like, can I kind of pick your brain about the design on it? He's like, call me. So I called him and he's like, hey, I'm in traffic or whatever. Sat there and talked, and that guy went through a great deal of trouble to make that Addy. A great deal of trouble. Like, he would take every rendition, he'd walk her all around, like Cali, I think, and he'd just walk around vape shops and tell people, you know, what do you think, or what would you like to see in an Addy? Whatever. And he took what vapors wanted and he implemented it right into that exact atomizer.
Right.
You know, and it's a special one, man. It's a special Addy for sure. Sean Brown could ask Dean if he has ever had rabbit milk from Vapescape. If he has, what would he think of a flavor like that?
I have not had that.
Rabbit's milk. I'm gonna assume that's Trix with milk, right?
That's what I would guess. But I mean, it could be strawberry and cream as well too.
True that. True that. Trevor, you want me to send you my 454 V2? No, dude, no. Yes. Okay. Let's move on. Try the like game, man. It's really good flavor and like a million options. I did a review on it. I'll have to check out that review, man.
What's that? Which one was that?
The Lycan?
Oh, okay. Never heard of it either.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. See, that's what I love about this, man. These guys like tell me where it is. You know what I mean? I wish I could be more on the ball, but man, with vaping, it used to be like, oh my god, the LC9 dropped. It's like, yeah, for like 6 months, and it's like, wait. Anyway,
have you noticed it's like computers now? It's like every other week there's a new Addy, there's a new RDA. Especially the sub-ohm tanks, they're coming like daily.
Yeah,
sub-ohm tank.
Speaking of sub-ohm tanks, which one do you like, man? Which one out of all of them that you've tried, which one would you say would be the one worth the money for anybody watching? You know what I mean? Wondering.
Definitely the Crown. As far as pre-built coils.
Yeah. Pre-built.
Yeah. The Crown takes them all, and I have just about all of them, or I've tried them. Crown by far is my favorite. Until you sent me the billow with the nickel bill, the billow 2. That thing is beautiful.
Isn't that great, man?
It's a great vape.
I couldn't believe it, and I got that because of Chucktown Builder, and he's watching right now, and he's like, "You don't have a billow V2?" I'm like, "No." I see why. Yeah,
Pete, but one of the admins that was in VYFO with me, he was riding my butt. Like, you got to get the billow 2. You got to get the billow 2 because I got the Atomizer, the RT. What is it? The RD, the tank dripper one, and I was a little let down at first. I find it's difficult that the coils don't line up around the air holes. On it, and they made a couple new decks, almost actually kind of similar to the Velocity.
Cool.
I haven't got it yet, but that billow 2, it's mind blowing, man. It doesn't feel like a tank. It feels sophisticated. You know, I don't.
Oh, cool, man. That's cool.
And considering the price on that thing, you know. It's a solid heavy Addy. The threads are buttery smooth on it. It's easy to build on. It doesn't feel like a cheap Addy. It's it's nice. And the vape, that's what I was vaping Lazarus Vintage, the Journey in it, and it's so beautiful in that thing. The vape is it's one of those, you just sit down and you just relax, a cup of coffee or and just have a vape enjoying the day. Kind of a thing,
I do know. Yeah, totally. Addy wants to know if you can explain Sweet Pea a little bit. Maybe a backstory to Sweet Pea?
Yeah, Sweet Pea, from New Orleans, praline crumbles on top of sweet potatoes, mashed sweet potatoes with cinnamon and that rich buttery taste. It's moist and just, it has that good sweet savory feel to it, and I had some flavoring come in, and I was messing around. I was like, hey, I want to do something with sweet potato. So I sat down, and I think I might have told you, like, right after I did it, I'm like, dude, and I sent it right out to you.
Yeah, I remember that.
The night I made it was the first time. Every once in a while you get those one, the ones. Grasshopper did that to me. You vape it. I don't know. It brings back so many memories, and it's exciting. And I remember vaping Grasshopper the first time I made it, and I mean, I was vaping it, and it just hit me because I love grasshopper snowballs. Snowballs, they're my favorite. And I just started vaping. It just took me back to my childhood. Like I just had to just sit down and just think of nothing else but that, and how the flavors, hit your tongue, and how it comes in and how it goes out, and it made me feel good inside and out.
Yeah.
And Sweet Pea did that to me too.
Comfort vape.
That comfort, yeah. Sweet Pea, that's the ultimate comfort vape right there.
That's so good, man. 250 mils, gone. Like 320, gone. Down to this.
I just said that.
Dude, my bad. So bad.
It's nice, man. It's
is.
nice, and it's one of those things too. Is just you get burnt out. You know how it is. You vape so much, and you're just like, this isn't doing it for me. This isn't doing it for me. And I was. It's good that happens to me, because it makes me push the limits even further to something different.
It's very cool. There's definitely flavors on there that are different. Like you were saying, grasshopper is. I immediately was like, I'm not gonna like that,
Right.
I'm just not gonna like that, and I loved it. They're gone. You know what I mean? Palate cleanser. It's the flavor. It's that weird creaminess under that kind of minty. I get where you're going with this snowball effect.
Right. That condensed
it's
milk.
So good.
That condensed milk and spearmint.
Yeah, and it's so hard to explain, and I think it might be that condensed milk. It's almost like a sweetness kind of underlying this. It's so hard to explain. If you've ever had grasshopper, you know what I'm talking about. I find it very hard to describe.
Yeah, it grabs you, and it's funny because a lot of people stray away from it, and I always like to throw in samples of it, and normally they'll come back and order it. It's a great, especially for tanks. It's an amazing tank juice.
Yeah. John Moeller says hi. Hey, John. Long time supporter, man. John Moeller, good dude. Vintage. Everybody's saying I heard good things about vintage. What's your favorite juice, man? Besides Coil Vapes, right? Besides what you make, what's your favorite one? Is it vintage?
Lazarus Vintage Journey is my juice of all juice.
There it is.
That's my number one, and I say it all the time. Great people that run the company. I love their line, and they're the same way. They push the limits, and they do things that aren't typically normal. And I don't know. I guess we were talking. I was actually talking to Phil about this, and Journey's one of those, and it's hard to explain the flavor on it. It's I believe it's like a cognac, like rolled in oats with like a buttermilk, kind of a thing. But it almost has like a banana bread, like a slight hint of banana in the bread in the way in the back. It's one of those vapes like you would drink a fine cognac or a really exquisite cigar, a really good cigar, and you just sit down and you just enjoy it for what it is. That's the kind of vape it is.
Beautiful. So
so complex, so beautiful, and a lot of their stuff is like that. That's probably my number one
That's awesome.
of all. But look, I make juice, and you get tired of it. You smell it all the time. It can be the greatest thing ever, but I mean, when you're smelling and you're mixing, you want something different. I'm constantly, trying new juices and new lines. And I recently went through a kick with Milk, the original Milk by Brewell.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a condensed milk vape. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And it's spot on. And I went through about 3 bottles of that. I couldn't stop it.
When it's good, it's good, right?
Yeah. I mean, look, I never, and you probably do the same thing. I mean, you vape things for a while, and it, you know, and then you move on.
Yeah.
I do that with Journey, even though it's my favorite. I'll set it down for months, you know, because
Yeah.
I vape it a lot. And I'll set it down for months, and then you pick it back up, and you're like, just fall in love all over again with it.
Mm-hmm. It's beautiful, man. It
I
really
love
is.
trying other people's creations, and I mean, it's great just to see other people's visions come together and their interpretations, and it's always nice.
What's up, Cash Override? Everybody's doing good, man. Fluffy McMuffin is in the building. So listen, quick plug for Fluffy. He probably won't like that. Very humble guy. Very humble indeed. He has a YouTube channel called The Real Reveal, and basically what he's doing is he's taking reviewers, and I don't know who they are or anything like that, but he does the guy behind the reviewer, you know what I mean, like an inside look to who they are, not necessarily like a little bit about the reviewing, but like, you know, what do you drive, you know what I mean?
Yeah, right, yeah.
And that, I think that's pretty cool, man. And you know, you couldn't meet a more humble, down to earth dude. Like, you can just tell. If you click it, he's got I believe he just uploaded one tonight, and you know, go check it out. Pretty cool, man.
Who's that again?
Fluffy McMuffin.
I'm gonna have to look him up.
Yeah, he's just right. It is called The Real Reveal, and
Okay.
I think it's a super neat idea, and he's gonna have me on sometime, and I'm really excited about it.
Have to check
And
him
a
out.
lot of people like always say, you know, tell us something personal about you, and I don't. You know, that will be the only place I will ever reveal it.
Addie, you're welcome, by the way, for that. And I was looking at Vapor Function LA. Milk can taste like cheese and like curdled cheese, I guess, cheese curds in a sense. And it all depends on your build and how hot you run it. And I find that if you do a 0.5 build, sort of like a dual 26, you know, nine wrap micros on a 2.5 millimeter rod, which is my typical go-to. You run it about 40 watts. It's beautiful. It's spot on condensed milk. If you run it hotter, you know, it'll give that cheese taste to it. You can't run it hot. If that helps any.
It's interesting how you know, how the littlest, I guess that's not such a little thing, but the littlest thing can change your vape, you know. One wrap and one coil can totally dramatically change everything. It's just crazy.
1 degree of temperature.
Yeah, it does not take much, and it's just, I think that's what I love about vaping, you know.
Yeah.
You know, it's got this hobby to it, and it's just, I don't know, it's fiddling.
Hey, you ever find yourself satisfied, like ever?
No.
I mean, you get to a point where you're like, all right, and then after it's like, all right, I got to build or do something.
Yes, yes, exactly. I'm constantly building. You'd think I did like artistic style, you know, but I don't. I just normal regular builds, but there's so many variations, man, of how you can do this, and I'm always messing around, you know.
Here's a question to you, Trevor. It always used to be, and since I was vaping, a lot of people would say it's all on the build. It's not the addy. The addy will do, you know, if you have a good solid build, no matter what addy you throw it in, you're going to get a good vape out of it. What is your thoughts on that?
I think I don't agree with that, and there's a reason why I don't agree with that. I think we're talking like with atomizers, the difference in height plays such a huge role.
Right.
The atomizer itself can change the build in a second. You know
what
I mean? You go throw in like a Clapton and a low pro, dude, and see what happens. You know what I mean? It's not. You have to cater to the addy. You have to play, you know, the game with it. You know what I mean? Like the MO Plus. You know what I mean? Which, by the way, dude, if you don't have one, you should get one.
Yeah, I know. You have one? No, I don't have one yet.
Oh my god, you should totally get one. Flavor machine, dude. And that's what I've been using all night. And you know, something like this just takes the simplest little thing, you know. But yeah, man, I really feel like the build is super, super important, but it's equally as important to treat the atomizer the same. You know what I mean? Not just some, you know, whatever. I'll just throw my regular build in it, man. You know, look at the airflow. You know, how do you like it? Do you like lazy lung hits? Do you like that big powerful airflow? You know, and then just kind of mess with it from there. Yeah, man, I'm all about that. So, yeah,
I'm more in the. I like my go-to build and let the Addy do the work kind of a move.
nice.
You know.
Yep.
And the way the Addies are being designed nowadays, I mean, they'll do the work for you. You know, you don't have to go crazy inside of it. You can do basic, and they just vape great. You know, and that's what I like because I'm busy, man. I really don't have time to sit there and just. I would love to do elaborate coils, but simple micro coils. You know, I just did my first Tiger coil.
Nice.
And
gotta love the tigers, right?
Yeah, it's great. It's especially for fruits. It really makes fruits pop. That's what's in my velocity right now. But I wish I had more time to do it. I just don't. So I just do I do a simple build that I can just pull the wick out, re-wick, burn it off, and I'm good.
Aren't those beautiful? Those artistic builds and stuff like that. Oh my God, they're gorgeous, dude. My God, it's like, what? How did you do that?
Right.
And it's just crazy how we went from a Clapton like wickless honeycombs. It's just like, what the fuck? What happened? The minds that build those are just brilliant minds. Gotta hit Good night, man. Good night, Brian.
What was my favorite? I did it for a long time too. Was the Super Nano? You remember that? And
yeah, dude.
You wrap it on a 28 gauge.
12 wraps around a needle.
Yeah.
Around a 28.
Laid on that bed of cotton. I ran it. I ran in my Zenith. That was my go-to build for the longest.
Did you like them?
Yeah, I really did. I liked it. And I remember doing my first parallel single coil. That thing was nuts.
I've been mixing DIY for well over a year, and I still haven't created the perfect recipe. Could have something to do with my 60 IQ, though. Vape fog. Fog's in here. Fog automatically wins. Like, straight up, dude. Big fan of fog, man. Looking around. Okay, I concur. You're not stupid. Definitely not. Okay, Clapton Tiger can be a nice vape. Crazy. Addy. Pete, Tampa, Trevor, what's your favorite build on the Immortalizer Plus? I just ordered one today. And a home record, dude, the build I showed you. The build I showed in the video. That's my favorite thing in that, nickel-wise. Now, if I was doing, I would do 26 gauge, Nichrome 80 spaced, 7 wraps, and I'd give it a little power, dude. Just a little bit of power.
Pete Pompey.
Pot.
Yeah, how do you say that, Pete? I always mess up, man. Pete's the one who kept. What's up, Pete? He's the one who's the admin with me in VYFO who kept pushing the pillow on me.
I can't do those fancy coils. I make only acceptable level DIY, but I enjoy it and have a blast experimenting. That's what it's all about, dude. That's what it's all about. Yeah, lots of cool stuff going on in here. And I'm shuffling through because I want to make sure I didn't miss any questions, right? And I'm not seeing any. So, good. Like I said, guys, if you have a question, please just write it down below so I can make sure, so we both can see it and get you your answers. I know I missed some at the first. There we go. So your go-to is a 26 gauge?
Me, yeah, absolutely. That's my go-to wire.
By the way, I'm loving the new 30 ml bottles, unicorns with
That's great, huh?
proofs. That's great, man.
And
that is fantastic.
And tamper.
I was wondering how long it'd be till somebody got a mold. Trevor, have you seen the Rage Sub-ohm tank? I haven't. Have you heard of the Rage, man?
I have not.
Sub-ohm tank. It's a 3-in-1 RDA, RBA, and Sub-ohm tank. Holy shit. New stuff every day, man. I haven't seen it, though. I'll have to check it out. Sounds interesting to me.
Yeah, yeah. That's a good question, Brady. He asked if I ever had a flavor that you wanted to make badly, but couldn't quite get it right. And yeah, there's a few, and one of them that took me forever was Bowl of Joy, but the cereal vape, I wanted to try to nail one of those. But right now is I love taro root bubble teas. And I'm trying so hard to get one,
dude,
exactly like I can imagine. I know what it tastes like. I know, it's in my head, but I can't. It's so hard to translate it into a vape because
I can imagine that.
Especially the taro. The taro is so strong, so you got to be gentle with it. It takes over everything.
Yeah, it's like lemon, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
It can be.
Yeah, well, you got to layer it with other things.
Yep. Oh, okay. I took a shower. I didn't see if you saw my earlier question, Trevor. Where do you want to see temp control evolve, and what do you feel are the limitations and negatives of it right now? I think the negatives right now is a lot of the boards that I've used, and I haven't used a DNA 40 and I haven't used a DNA 200, nothing like that, right? The boards I've used, as far as temp control goes, the home wrecker kills it. This thing is wildly good. Like, I play a game, and I tell people this and they laugh every time. I play a game called Get a Dry Hit, and I'll sit there and I'll try and get a dry hit. You don't get a dry hit. You don't get a nasty taste in your mouth, nothing. I feel like the home wrecker is where I've always imagined temp control to be, is in the home wrecker. That board is ridiculous, man. The second part of that is I've always expected this, dude. This is when I think of temp control, Dean, you can probably agree with me, dude, this is what I imagine. Temp control, I should be able to take a tank, name a tank. I should be able to vape through that tank, completely wipe out vape right through the juice and the cotton and the coils, and not get one dry hit at all, ever. Like, you should just not get a dry hit, right?
That is correct. Yes.
That's what temp control is. And up until this point, nothing has done it but the home wrecker.
I would think you also have to add on to that.
M class.
What you would have to add is it doesn't burn the juice, I guess, in a sense. Like, you want a nice, clean vape throughout the time and not have it gunk up. And I find that the billow is actually the one that you sent me with the temp control build that was in it. There was two things. I never had a great experience with temp control to that point, and I've used tanks and they were satisfying, but I've never had a tank perform like that. So you kind of got me on two things with it, and I still temp control. It's nice if you get it set up right and you have the build right. But I mean, I guess the hardest part, and that's what I wanted to ask you too. After you have, how do you re-wick that? Do you rebuild it? Like, how do you clean those coils? You can't burn them, right?
I don't. Yeah, I never clean them. I never clean my coils off with any of my nickel builds. I'll run underwater. Like, I'll pull the cotton out gently. Mm-hmm. What I like to do is the longer lead side. This, where I push it into centered a little bit.
Right.
That longer side, I'll snip the cotton right by the coil, and I'll pull out the cotton so it doesn't grab the coils, and because nickel is very soft even after used. So I'll clip the cotton, just the tail. I'll pull it out. I'll run it under water, and I'll take a rag and I'll put it in a rag, and I'll just shake it, and I'll just sit there and shake it without touching the coils. I'm just holding the side of the tank. Like, let's say the coils are right here, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm holding it in the towel's draped over it, and I'm flicking it over and over again until it's dry. Then I'll flip it up. I'll put it on my tenderfoot, and I'll re-wick it. That's all I do, and I never get a nasty taste. I don't care how black they look.
Right.
Yeah, that works great every time.
That's the only thing I noticed about tip control. It does that. It gunks up. Gets dirty.
Yes, that's the worst part because you do end up having to rebuild quite a bit with nickel, right?
Right.
That's a big downfall as well.
What
But I don't know how to clean them off.
What are your thoughts and your feelings on nickel, like the wire itself, or titanium? I guess the hazards from heating it up too hot.
Yeah, the tests with like the cookware, I believe they did some cookware tests and stuff like that too. I wish
that kind of keeps me away from it too. You know.
I don't blame you. I don't blame anybody one bit. And I've been trying to do a run of videos just straight up nickel for a while on my channel because I feel like there's a place for it right now. You know what I mean? With people doing it. So I've been primarily using nickel for the most part, you know, all day and all that. And with the tests coming out and stuff like that, like, dude, I do not blame you one bit. And look, I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little freaked out by it as well.
Do you ever get any throat irritation from vaping it?
No, I've never had any problems with my nickels at all.
Yeah.
I would assume, dude, I don't know. And I'm not even gonna say because where I buy it from so awesome. I'm not even gonna say that. I don't get any weird headaches or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's enough to freak us out. And I think if you're freaked out, you shouldn't even do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And while I feel fine, I don't know what's going on the inside. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think it's something we all just need to keep in mind, man. It's like building. If I build like a 0.08 and I'm second guessing it, don't vape it, right?
Right.
So it's kind of like with nickel. If you're second guessing it, don't even mess with it, man. You know what I mean? What about, do you get irritations, man?
You broke up a little bit.
Sorry. Can you? How am I now?
You good?
What about you? Do you get throat irritations at all? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Yeah, I haven't had any. I mean, mesh, I did, of course, but that was from dry hits.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm still an RDA guy, and I love my drippers through and through. It's the best flavor, best clouds.
Something like a nice smooth long hit, you know?
Yeah.
Yes. Back in the day, dude. Back in the day. Pictures of just drilling out top caps. You were there. You did it.
Patriots drilled out. Yep.
Holding it with a towel. Just
and then what happens after? Then you got it on there. You're like, yes. And then after a while, you're like, this is way too much airflow.
Yeah, dude. Just. I remember after I got my Tobe, I got a clear cap for it, and and I saw the Vape Jarvis video, and he kind of did this kind of angle with his airflow holes. He went over and up on his Tobe, and so I just started drilling this fucking thing. And oh my god, it was a nightmare. Should have seen me. I was something special, man. I was shining in the night, dude. Just fucking going off.
You like warm builds, though, don't you?
Yeah, I like warm builds, a nice little thump, and but when I'm cloud chasing, like I want it nice and smooth. I don't like too much heat. You know what I mean?
Right.
The thing is like I want to be able to take in more versus, you know, like do like a quick little, it's too hot, you know. I like to take it in, like, you know,
right,
like that. So
get that aggression out.
Yeah, dude. Talk about breathing exercises. You should see it. Just I don't bend down. I see people kind of go, you know. I've never been down like that. I wonder if it works. I'm gonna try it next time. Maybe throw up a video on Facebook.
Or if your girl's standing behind you when you're doing that.
Yeah, dude.
When you come up, you'll pass out.
She's just back there going.
No, the
yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay, Ren says nickel scares me. I've never really liked temp control. Colton Moore says I never really liked temp control. Just didn't do it for me. Ren Vapes, I'm not really digging it so far. It's just weird, she says. Okay, cool. I can dig that. I can dig that. Vapor Function LA official. I'll vape nichrome, just no nickel. I'm a big nichrome guy myself. I just love that stuff. I tried one coil. I swear I could taste the nickel. Yeah, that's probably definitely a red flag to get out of there quick.
I would think so.
Yeah. I never really got the heat and the punch I wanted out of it while keeping a nice open draw. Like, yeah, well said, man. Well said. I think with a lot of people, I think the problem right now is when people start playing with temp control, they want it to be Canthal so bad. And they want it to be nichrome so bad because we're used to that.
Right.
You know? And it's like when you change something, like let's say my next video is completely edited to all hell and I have a theme song and I'm jump cutting, dude. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's no, you know what I mean? So when you take, it's a cooler vape. Nickel's a cooler vape, but depending on how you play with it and tweak with it a little bit, you can kind of cater it. And it very temp control is very like so dependent on the board that you're using. So dependent.
And the connection.
Yes, dude. Like you got to have solid contact on your nickel to get any performance out. It's very temperamental stuff. Very temperamental. You know, it's terrible. It can be crazy. So yeah, man, I get that, dude. I get that for sure. It just doesn't do it for a lot of people. And when I first did it, I remember thinking, this is so dumb. This is so dumb. Like I'm trying to wrap this stuff and it's just kind of going whoop, it's all flipping up and I'm like, it's like loose and it's all teeny tiny.
Right.
And
you want to torch it, but you know you can't.
Yeah, dude. I know. Right. Can you imagine that? I'm just gonna torch it barely.
Don't torch your nickel, people.
And I was sitting there. I remember I was sitting there and I was just kind of pulling my wire and I was just like, I was just doing this. And then when I wrapped it, I realized that it was actually a lot stronger. And I was like, that's interesting. So I clipped it, I pulled out some more, and I did it again, and it worked. And I was like, that's awesome. So just little stuff. But yeah, little stuff makes a big difference.
I still like Canthal. It's still my favorite.
Hell yeah, man.
6 Canthal. It's great.
Nice. Any? Do you have a favorite retailer?
I get a lot of. I get my wire from Lightning Vapes.
Nice.
I try to look around. I mean, I know there's other companies that are out there, but
yeah,
just been going to them since I started. You have any recommendations?
I get the same place, man. Yeah,
okay.
Lightning Vapes. Yeah, that's where I go. That's where I get my nickel too. And can I tell you? And I got some coming in. I'm really excited about it. Have you ever heard of Humble Wick and Wire? I was working the booth at Summit.
Yes.
Her nickel, dude. I can't wait. And it's coming in. And I will be sure to update you guys big time on that. She has extremely high quality nickel and her nichrome. It's wild, man. It's wild. And I got some. I should send you some to play with. Would you be interested?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I'll send you some to mess around with,
What's your go-to build, Trevor?
Oh boy, the first thing, like, let's see, I have 24 gauge nichrome 80, 7 wraps, 3 millimeter on the indestructible right now, and it's good. It's just enough. A little warm, packs a punch, not too rowdy, perfect for this. Is like a good all day build for me. I really like that. But that's kind of my go-to. 24 gauge, 7 or 8 wraps around there.
Right.
It's a good one. It's good solid build, I think. But
I like the 9 wrap 26 dual micros. That's my favorite.
26, such a good gauge. So
it's well rounded. Yeah. I mean, and then you make it a parallel, and you can make it a killer vape. With parallels.
What do you think of all the fight going on for vaping?
Meaning?
Yeah. Oh, what is your word on it? Fight going on in vaping, I'm guessing? Or going on for... What do you think of all the fight going on for, dude? Do me a
That's
favor.
general.
Yeah, do me a favor, Vapor Function. Elaborate on that just a little more for me, man. Pete says, I feel like nickel and titanium toxicity won't be an issue until people start doing the next craze. And China gives us a mod that actually does 200 watts plus in temp mode. I'm talking 24 gauge nickel super sub-ohm craziness at high temps. Not because you should, but because you can. Right? Little trinket. The whole advocacy situation. That's what he meant.
So,
what do you think of all the fight going on for vaping? What's your word on it? The whole advocacy situation. I think we're getting strong and stronger, and we need to be.
yeah.
But every day we're growing bigger and bigger, man. And
I mean, like the same thing that happened with Massachusetts. You know, with MA, it usually doesn't sink in until stuff like that happens, and you're like, wait, what? I can't order juice from my favorite place out of state. Like, I'm stuck, just confined within my state.
Right.
You know, that's not fair. It's
It's
taking
so
freedoms away. You know?
It is. It's oh my god, I cannot imagine, dude. I feel so bad for all those guys. Like, I
mean, they can't even accept winnings. You know, like if they win something or win juice, they can't even get that shipped into them. That would suck.
I'm about to go on a rant, dude. Hold back, Trev. Hold back. It's crazy to me, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so hard to hold back, but I'm going to.
I know. That's how it is too. I mean, I guess one of the funniest sayings is that I think is kind of hysterical is you're free to do as we tell you.
Well said.
You know?
Well said, dude. Because it's like, hey, listen, you know, like we kind of want to fuck you bad. So buckle up because here it comes, you know? And the next you know, everybody's screwed over, dude. Like, can you imagine that? Go to the gas station to get your juice, dude. You're just like, bro, I tried the pina colada yesterday. I think this one will be great.
Interesting too, and because Pete's been really following it too. He's really big into advocacy, and you can see it wasn't even voted on. It was just put in place by the Attorney General. I mean, it's crazy.
Vaping is changing the world. You know, it's changing the world. It saves lives. It saves so many lives, and it's saving lives day by day, dude. It's you know, I think Matt Coley said it best, dude, when he said, like, in that, I don't know if you saw that, he did like a little interview on his channel.
I did.
But he's like, sometimes vaping is the only thing that works to quit smoking.
Works for me.
Some people, that's the only way they will ever quit. Yeah, you're living proof, man.
You were a smoker before, right, Trevor?
Pardon? Yeah, yeah, it's heavy, man.
Yeah, and out of all the times, and I quit. I mean, a pack would last me a couple days. You know, I wasn't like a pack a day kind of a guy.
Yeah.
Even if I was drinking, I couldn't even smoke a pack. But of all the things that I've ever tried, and I mean, I never did the patch or gum or things like that, but I usually I would set it down and I wouldn't smoke for a while. Once I started vaping and I found the right setup with good juice, you know, it was easy. Like,
right.
I stopped craving them after a little while, and it just got to a point like now, like I can't even imagine picking up a cigarette and even smoke. It's like it's gross to me.
I know, isn't it?
It seems like it would be gross. Like I thought about it today. I'm like, I wonder, you know, and it's not. And you remember how you get those cravings like I gotta have a cigarette. You know, like I'm gonna punch someone in the face. You know, I'll have a cigarette. But now it's like I force myself to think about having one, and then instantly I'm like, I couldn't even imagine doing it. Or you remember, like, if you tried, have you ever tried to quit cold turkey?
Oh, plenty, millions of times.
You're sitting down and you can go for a
Dude, so
long
many.
time, and there's a certain thing that can happen while you're eating dinner or something, and it'll just, it'll hit you like, boy,
Yeah.
I could really have a cigarette right now. Like, ever since I was vaping, I haven't had that once, and
Yeah.
I'm at the point now, like, I could leave my stuff home
Yeah.
and I'll
That's a
come
trip.
home later and like, I'm fine, you know.
That's a trip, dude. You said that. You can go for hours without vaping. I can. It's easy.
Yeah.
It's nothing, dude.
Right.
Funny you said that. We were just talking, me and my girlfriend were just talking about that the other day. She's like, dude, I can like go forever without vaping.
Right. You can.
It's no big deal, you know?
Yeah.
I'll shout out to Mike Og. Look at Og, dude.
Og's in here. Jeez, Og. He was probably in the shower.
Everybody, do me a favor and please post your quit smoking date down in the chat. Maybe we can give him some juice, Dean. We should do a giveaway. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hell
Definitely.
yeah, man. So sick, dude. So sick. Thank you, man.
You're welcome.
Let's get back these guys and get these guys hooked up. Post your quit smoking date. Close, ballpark it. Obviously, it's not like the exact day.
I want to
Just
win some
post it up
juice. I'm
there.
going to put my date.
How can they win it, Dean? How can they win the giveaway? What are you giving?
It's a good question.
That is a fun one. Dude, by the way, nobody claimed that, the last one.
Yeah.
He never claimed it. And it's funny because I got like an email from the dude like 2 days before, I think. And I emailed him and I hit him up on inbox. That's how we got home, not email, inbox. And I hit him up on inbox and nothing, dude. So I don't know what to do there.
I tell you what, let's do 8 30s for 8 people.
Oh my god.
Like not per person, 130 per person.
Okay, 130 per person for 8 people. I like it.
Yeah. So we're gonna give 130 mil to 8 people.
That's beautiful, dude. Should we do the first 8 people that wrote their quit date?
Can?
That sounds fun. Let's see. The first 8 people are.
Who's writing this down?
I'll write it down.
All right.
Juice recipe. Okay. Let's get it. All right. I'll write it down here. First person to get the juice. Joshua Miller. Yeah, I'm gonna sit here and write it down. Fog. Micah Hog. No, he didn't put it down. Kush King. Kush King. Some dude. The Stinky Winky. Kush King. John Muller. Right on, John. Good for you, dude. It's my dude, man. For sure. Hell of a giveaway. Hell of a giveaway. Rob Key. Big Rob Key. Man, these guys were on it, weren't they?
Yeah.
Joe Bark says not fair. I think you won one, dude. You should wrote down. Brady Mills.
What's up, Brady?
That is 6. Dude, Joe. Somebody write it down. I got 6. I need 2 more. 2 more to win. All you gotta do is write down your quit date. What a generous giveaway, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. We all appreciate that, man.
Yeah. While we have Trevor on here too, I had an opportunity to try Trevor's crunch berries. Excellent. Excellent. No, they're good. It's good, dude.
Really?
Don't laugh. Yeah, man. You did a good job with it.
Right on, man. I was so scared. I was like, dude, I think I sent you.
Thanks for sending that to me.
You're welcome. My
Yeah,
pleasure.
right. Dude, I'm no different from anybody else, man. I guess you worry about what other people think about you. Things I do.
Sure.
You know, I still do. You get nervous.
Yeah.
That's something to get adjusted to. But you have nothing to worry about. It was good. I really enjoyed it.
Awesome, man. That makes me happy for sure. All right, we have all 8.
Sweet.
Listen, man. Seriously, that's the way it is too. That's the way it is too. And I'll name the names here in a sec, because it's like, you know, as far as juice goes, you blow my mind. I don't know how you do it. Just don't. You know what I mean? Like, it's like one of those things that, you know, people clone juices and stuff like that. You know, I just don't. I don't see how anybody could. I've never tasted flavors like that.
I think that's the hardest thing to do, honestly, is to try to clone a juice. You just
and flavoring that nobody else uses.
Right.
You have to be. I have never had flavor profiles like this ever, and it's just crazy. So
honestly, you can have the. You can actually you can give the flavors and lay them out to somebody and say, well, this is what's in it. The chances of them, you know, getting exact to yours it's not easy. It's not easy.
Oh man, I bet it would take some serious effort.
And some of those flavors, I mean, seriously, and you know, one drop, and you know, or you know, just a slight extra, it changes it'll ruin our juice completely.
Yeah. So I'm seeing people saying I posted it way up there. I guess I kind of chose them at random. I apologize to everybody that I may have met, but I've already written them down, and I have to stick with who I wrote down. All right. The first day I saw. Okay. Joshua Miller, Fogg, Kush King, John Muller, Rob Key, Brady Mills, Rin Vapes, and Darius Miller. Do you want them to get in touch with you, Dean?
Whatever's easier. You find it easier for your email, or
any way you want, or they can get a hold of me and I can get it to you. Any way you want to do it, man. Any way you want to do it.
You have the list, so why don't you go ahead and get that?
Okay.
That way you know who it is, and then you can pass them along to me.
To the winners, please email. Very important. Email. tjvapingreviews@aol.com. Okay. Just say, dude, I'm stoked. Here's my address, right? And then I'll get it to Dean, and he'll get you out a bottle, man. Very, very kind of you, man.
You can tell them to ask. They can put whatever flavor they would like, and Nick level. Those 2 things as well.
Very cool. Flavor and Nick level. So any flavor they want?
Yep.
Awesome.
I have.
Boy, I would probably go Sweet Pea for me, or Nectar Cube. Ooh. Nectar Cube. Now, tell us a little bit about Nectar Cube, man.
Nectar Cube was actually I don't know how to explain. Let's see. I've always had an obsession with Mama's cookies, and I love Mama's cookies. It was one of my favorite vapes, and I also enjoy. There's another one, Ginger Vapes. There's like a gingerbread type, and I've always liked those flavors. And I was sitting down, and I just like the gingerbread spices and everything like that, and I wanted to make something creamier and custardy, you know, with that, because it's just a nice balance, you know, with that rich custard. It kind of smooths out that gingerbread feel, and that's basically how Nectar Cube came about. The name was actually from Jason Necker, which is one of the coolest cats ever.
Yeah, for sure.
And so it's kind of named after him, and that's where Nectar Cube came from. And I know Trey's saying mink oil too. That's another one. The mink oil.
Yes.
After Trey.
Mink oil, man. Trey, man, I love Trey.
Apple fritter.
Mink oil. Okay, try the high towers. People are saying everybody's going off, going in. Yeah, there's a lot of great options. Really, if you like cereals, you gotta try the Bowl of Joy. You know, if you want something new and like different, like Grasshopper or Sweet Pea or Nectar Kiss, man, don't ever forget about Nectar Kiss. Peanut butter slab. And it's funny because Trey hit me up a long time ago. He says, "Hey, you gotta check this guy's juice out." And I was like, "Okay, cool, yeah, I'm stoked." He says, "I'll tell him to get a hold of you." I think that's what he said.
Yeah, and I didn't follow up.
Yeah, okay, he did say that. Okay, and then I was like, cool, I'll be looking for him. And then I never saw you. And then look how it all came. It just kind of all come together, you know.
Yeah.
And it's been great, man.
You get bad like that, and Trey helps. We kind of, and that's what I think that's one of the greatest things about the vaping community. I mean, when you make friends and people in the industry and stuff like that, and they're so generous, you know, and try to help each other out. I mean, it's a community. That's what it's all about.
Yep.
And Trey's helped me out a lot, and we go back and forth with each other and try to help each other out in the different shops and talking to people. I mean, look, we're all family people, Trey and I, and you know, we have kids and you know, jobs and trying to make it happen. And
yeah,
it's nice. You know, when you pass things along, try to help one another out. And what happened with that situation is I actually forgot. You get busy, you know.
Yeah.
Dude, I've always wanted to get my juice to you. And
really?
Yeah. And Trey knew that. And that's why he was kind of like trying to help me. And I just got busy during that time.
Thanks, man. That's pretty cool, dude. I'm always amazed when somebody says something like that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was filming for Zamplebox and getting ready for the summit during that time. So
oh my god, I can only imagine.
Yeah.
Zamplebox. So you're in Zamplebox.
Yeah. It's coming up on a year now. Well, actually, it is a year.
Yeah.
I've been in Zamplebox.
So, I mean, if you guys have a Zamplebox subscription, then you may have tried it, you know? You may have had some of it.
Nectar Kiss just went out, actually, in Zamplebox.
Nice. Nectar Kiss is the shit. What do they come in? Does it matter? Does it depend on what I don't even know about Zamplebox.
15 mil.
Okay.
15 mil.
And they
the
come with like
bottles.
6 or 7?
No, actually, we sent up 0s, 3 6s, and 12.
Nice options. And so, like, let's say I got a Zamplebox, I could like pick like my box, or does it just comes in that right?
They're changing it up right now. They're doing it more like a Pandora style, where you just kind of just throw in things you like and what you don't like, and the box kind of just it's easier. It's an easier way to get exactly what you're looking for in a sense, you know. And I've been with them for a while as far as even getting boxes. I'm a customer as well, and I can tell you since the new system kicked in, it's really nice. I've been getting some great juices, almost to the point to where I like just about the whole box, you know.
Wow, nice.
And that's tough to do, you know. Think about that. It's really hard to do to get that many.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
And try to be that happy out of the box, and I have been lately. They've really done a nice job with that.
Cool. Also, one more thing. Mike sauce is pretty delicious. Is Mike sauce available on the site?
No.
Ooh.
It's not.
It should be forever. You make it.
Mike's
Mike.
Yeah, I did. Actually, I met Mike all through, and a lot of the people that were in Vape Your Face Off are all good friends in the Zamplebox community, and it kind of branched off and made this wonderful little secret community.
Yeah, okay.
Great people.
I got you. Handsome man, I must say. Handsome man. At the bottle, and I believe it. I was like, who's this handsome fella staring at me? Remember that?
Yes.
Shout out to Mike, man. Hell yeah, dude.
Mike sauce still needs some work, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Last time I had it was my very first hand check I ever put up in my life. And
yes,
that day was the last time I had it. I should dip into it again. Scared. I just
I do hate you, Mike. I hate Mike. he finally figured it out.
Did he? Let's see. He hates me. They just sent him boxes of his own juice, and he's like, peace. No, I don't know. Vapor Function. Hey, man. Knock out some reviews, dude. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you. I really appreciate it. Also, the Vapor Chaser. I saw you, dude. Shout out, man. Good to see you. Very good to see you. And I appreciate all your support and everything you've done for me, man. Coming, watching the videos, dude. Thank you, man. Good to see you. I'm kind of catching people as they zoom by, you know? So, let's see.
I'm trying to pick up some of the reviewers, too, because I'd like to watch. I'm always interested in checking out new ones.
Yeah, a lot of cool ones. A lot of cool ones, man.
Yeah, if y'all want to see a really funny one with us, Mo, when he did, I did a juice called Wet Dreams. It's a prank juice.
Okay.
If you go to Strange Vapes, look at challenge, the Wet Dream Challenge. If you type that in YouTube and look for Wet Dream Challenge by Strange Vapes.
Okay.
It's hilarious.
All right.
It's hilarious. It's like vaping 1,000 onions.
That's just wrong in every level, dude. That's so funny.
There was a local shop that was here in New Orleans, and there was two owners, Holland and Merrick, who own a Crescent. It's Calhoun Vapors in New Orleans, and Merrick always messed with Holland and was like, "Hey, try this juice," and it was a horrible juice. And one day Merrick was out, and I was over there visiting, and he's like, "Hey, man, I need you to make the most foul, destroying build." I'm like, "Why?" And so I was like, "Okay, I'll do it. Why not?" And I already, like, instantly when he told me, I know, you get those flavors that you smell them.
Yeah.
Like Kona coffee.
God.
You smell them and you're like, "Oh, this is horrible." Like Kona to me, I mean, I guess if you like garlic, it's good. To me, like Kona kind of smells like 1,000 pressed garlics.
Yeah. The Schwell for sure.
So I'm like, okay, challenge accepted. So I went home and I started thinking about it, and there's 3 ingredients in it, and I can't even get what was the other one? It was, I can't even remember the recipe now. It's been a while. Hibiscus? Oh yeah, that's it. It's blue cheese. I can't get blue cheese anymore. Hibiscus.
Thank God.
Hibiscus, Kona coffee, and blue cheese.
Blue cheese in a Triscuit. Yeah. Wow. Is that what it was?
Yes, with sweetener.
Oh God. Dude, do you put sweetener in your juice?
I have. I try to get away from it.
Your flavoring's like high grade, right? Like you don't mess around with none of that.
You don't need it anymore. And I mean, you can tell. You can see how clean it vapes. Yeah, I mean, when you start throwing in sweeteners and all, it just usually gunks up your coils.
That's the big sign. Yeah.
Right.
It's definitely a good sign that.
Right. I mean, I have it, and there's certain things like I'll use it sometimes just for myself. Like there's certain things that I want to just do for myself. I do, but there's no need. You get to a point where you just I don't know if it's done. It's done this to me as I vape my line. You go back to ones that you used to vape, and I don't know. Yeah. It's kind of like it changes the way you look at them. It's hard to explain.
Exactly.
Like, juices I used to like before, I didn't like after.
It's weird. I don't know what it is. It's very strange. And it's
like it cleans your palate a little bit.
Yeah. It's so hard to explain, huh?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I was trying to figure it. There was a couple times I was jumping up because I couldn't figure out how to explain that.
Have you ever noticed that though? Like now, like you'll hit like ones that you used to like, and you're like, ah,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, and I'll see right through them. It's weird. Like I'll just kind of like, did they change it? That's the first thing, you know. Usually,
Right.
did they change the recipe on that? It's very strange. And there's, you know, I wanted to I want to clear something up too, because I think a lot of people think, because I would consider you my friend, man. You know, I got your back, dude. But I think a lot of people would consider favoritism and like reviews and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And that is by no means like, could not be the furthest from the truth, man. Like, I think it happens out there. I think people do that. But I think that would be the biggest insult to any of my friends. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
To straight up say, oh, well, yeah, Dean's my friend, so this shit's awesome. You know what I mean? That would be the biggest insult to you. And that's how I am.
Right.
Like, it's, I can't do it. And I would never do that. You know what I mean? So people, well, you know, Dean, so that's why you like the juice. No, try the fucking juice. You know what I mean? Like, I've been saying it since I've tried it. I've been saying it since from the day summit to now, to this fucking day.
Right.
You know, I'm a huge fan of what you're doing, dude.
Thank you.
Amazing stuff.
It's still weird talking about it, Trevor, honestly. I mean, and you see me, I rarely check my line. Like my hand, I rarely hand check my juice. I'm always trying new things and things that I enjoy. And I'm doing that too. When I hand check stuff, I'm just like you. I'm hand checking stuff because I really like it, you know, and that's what I'm vaping right now. And I like it so much that I want to hand check it, you know, because I want other people to experience it.
Yeah, I dig that.
I'm not doing it to push sales. And most of the time I have no clue who owns the company or makes the juice or you know. I just enjoy it that much that I feel like, hey, I want to share this, and hopefully someone else can see it and try it and feel the same way I did about it. You know?
Yep. I know exactly what you're saying. Yep. That's very cool. Yeah, you've got a very cool way about you. I like that. You're very humble. You know, very humble. I like that.
I mean, I'm just a cable guy.
Aren't we all, right?
I have a family.
No big deal, right?
Yeah, and you know, the more you meet people because I mean, I looked up to you and I looked up to a lot of people, and now that I'm friends with the majority of them, and you get to talk to them, you know, and you get to know the person. They're no different. Nobody's different from anybody else. I mean, we all have the same worries. We all have the same things, and you know, the concern for our family and just living life and surviving, you know.
Yep, we're all doing it.
Yep,
there's nothing special
just do it in different ways, that's all.
Yeah, that's all it is, man. And it's one quick thing before I definitely don't want to forget. Jen, shout out to you. I know you're watching, you can't comment. Shout out to you, girl, my special friend. It's been a while. We've been out of touch, me and Jen, for a while now. But it's definitely been good. Good to know you're here. That's all I wanted to say. You're a cable guy, Dean, Rin said. Mike, one of the most humble guys around. People make rings to cover up gaps. Okay, the gap situation. Gaps on mods, dude. I can stand that. I cannot stand that. What about you, dude? I hate gaps. Like, I like my builds clean. I like them fresh, nice fresh cotton. You know what I mean? And I like no spacing in my mods. You know, that's just I am just I'm fussy about that. You know, what do you think? You like gaps in mods?
I feel the same way, and I have one coming, and I'm kind of I've wanted it so bad, but it seems like they have a gap no matter what you put on it.
Yeah.
The Incubus, from what I understand.
Oh yeah.
And it's such a beautiful mod.
It's gorgeous. Fluffy, hey, see you, buddy. Thanks for swinging by, man. Always a pleasure. I'm looking forward to doing that. For sure, man. We'll see you, dude. Yeah, it's like, I get it, like heat dissipation or whatever, but like we have stuff for heat dissipation. Hold
on, Trevor. We gotta pause a minute for Brady because he's got to go fill his tank.
Okay. Can you guys pause and refill my drink? That is so funny.
I'll have a sip. Actually, your coffee's in here, man. That's the one you sent
Oh,
me.
beautiful, dude. Beautiful, man. That stuff you sent me is amazing. My girlfriend ran through it, and we're ordering more. Very good. Very excellent choice. I'm glad you like that. I was curious, dude. I want to know your thoughts on that.
That's
That
it.
coffee.
It's delicious.
Perfect, man. That little shop, I got to tell you, and I took some more pictures. I'll send you some more, but they're very small. Very, very small. You walk in, it's pretty cramped.
It's the
But
best.
there's always a line. There's always a line out that door. And it's pretty cool. Like where we live, like I live right in between mountains. We got the Wellsvilles, and we got just Mount Logan, all sorts of mountains all around us. And they say that we live is prime for roasting coffee. And on the way to work, I literally drive by where they roast, which is probably 5 blocks away from the cafe.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, as you go down the road and you can smell when they're roasting, it's, oh God, the smell is just fantastic. Like Highlander grog, you know, that smell. You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
Highlander's so good. But
I don't even know what mountains look like. We got a Monkey Hill. That's about it in the zoo. A little bitty hill, man-made hill.
man, just submerging them. I love it up here. It's beautiful.
Yeah, one day. I love mountainous areas.
Nice. Oh.
And Ren, yeah, to answer your question, yes, I run a juice company. I'm a cable guy locally, and I also occasionally DJ. So,
hell yeah,
I don't stop, including the family.
No, you work hard, man, very hard. Vape Pog, my builds are garbage. No, they're not, dude. You know that. Holy shit, I didn't get any coffee. I didn't know you want a coffee, Trey.
Trey doesn't drink coffee. He hates coffee. Don't let him fool you.
He's just dropping a bomb on me down here. Look at this. Holy shit. He's like, I sent you a velocity. No, say the word, Trey. I got your back, dude.
He's good at guilt tripping you, Trey. That's
I gotta tell you, I don't know many people that are beaners, man. You know what I mean? Many people that get into the beans. You, Fear, Justin. I haven't seen him in a while, man. I'm missing my dude. I know he's going through his tough time right now.
Beans of life, coffee beans.
Yeah, man. I mean,
they're beautiful.
So I didn't know. Yeah. But yeah, let me know, man. The fanciest build I've made is a Tiger Coil. Awesome. Those are great. I think the best of both worlds, flavor and vapor. You know, it's something about that ribbon wire. You know.
Yeah. Do you find they pop a lot? You get a lot of like popping.
A lot of popping. Yeah, a lot of popping. And Phil Basardo, I believe he found a way to tame that, and tighter wicking works for him. So I'm gonna try it. And P legend, dude. Like P is the legend. To know he came and watched he came and watched the Goblin video, dude. Can you believe that?
Yeah,
what do you do, dude? You know? What do you do?
You discuss it.
I'm blessed, man. I just couldn't believe it. But he says tighter wicking alleviates the popping.
I'm gonna have to try that.
What's the best way to decrease ramp up time? 24 gauge / parallel build / mutation XV3. It depends on, you know, a lot of builds like that. Pretty good with regulated. Obviously, you know, I get power and literally eliminate
Nichrome.
Nichrome, very cool. But the thing is too, is if you're using a mech, you're kind of stuck changing batteries. You know what I mean? Clean your connections really well. Like the best advice I can give you, dude, especially if you're using like copper, like a copper 510 pin, take it out, polish that fucker up really well, as much as you can. Get it polishy, get the whole addy clean, and that's gonna really help. You'd be surprised 9-day difference that'll make.
Right. If you're on a Mac, I would definitely jump on a regulated.
Yeah.
That'll help tremendously.
I wish I had the patience for some of these builds, man. They don't seem worth it. You know, a lot of those guys, you'd be surprised. A lot of them vape those all day, you know, and it's pretty rad, pretty rad. I mean, I would assume, you know, you'd really like a warm vape, and I wish I did it more to give more information to people, and that's why there's that build talk with David that we did a while back. I thought that would be pretty cool little, you know, trinket there, and he has great information on there, guys. You know, if you're gonna get into it and you're gonna play with that stuff, definitely a good place to go to get the info.
I was looking at the amount of liquid that those coils absorb. I mean, it's a trip. They suck up some liquid.
Because not only does the cotton, but those coils hold a lot of juice too.
They hold a lot.
Can you imagine? They got sometimes like 8 pieces of ribbon stacked and clapped in. Dude, that's like so much wire, and then they alien it. And
there's so many crevices that juice can just, you know, get caught in. It's just I would think you could probably do 2 to 3 mils just trying to wick your coil. You know, like because
yeah, it's true. I wonder how much a wick holds. Let's say you're gonna change it out. The deck is empty, and it's all in the wick, and you're about to pull it out. How much do you think's in there? Half a mil? No, not half a mil. Maybe 2.
You talk about leftover?
Yeah. You know when you go to pull your cotton out of your coils to change them?
Right.
I wonder how much juice is trapped in there.
I don't know.
That'd be interesting. To do a test.
You may have to. We can call Phil in on that.
Oh my God! Hell yeah, love Phil.
But I can tell you right now, you can easily lose up to 3 to 4 mils in a bottle.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that it all doesn't come out. You can see from pouring from a new bottle into another bottle.
Yeah.
And you know you have well over 30 mils. You can fill it up 33. Like our bottles, like we'll fill it up 35. You know, 34.
Yeah.
I don't like just like your mods. I don't like to leave gaps in juice. I like to fill it to the top. And but if you take that full bottle and you pour it in another one, I mean you're down at least 3 mils, 4 mils up in that, you know, that are still left in the other bottle. Like,
yeah.
You know. Then that
kind
gets caught
on the edges and up in the
in the dripper and everything. You can't get it all out.
No. I would offer to lend a hand and send one out, but my lowest wrap gauge right now is 44, and that shit can break real easy. Don't want to end up sending something that could shoot shards. Okay, they're talking between themselves here.
Yes, Mike. There was some talk about the M-Addy.
Yeah, the M-Addy. Crazy.
He just got his first one.
So I just got my. I think I found a machinist, dude.
Yeah.
Get my Addy belt. By the way, hate to change the subject, but
no, that's fine. I'm excited.
I hope he comes through. Like, he's really good. He's got about 22 years experience. Got a massive deal going on. He has to tear down a few machines, he said, but I should get a sample.
Sweet.
You know what I mean? And you know, it's gonna be crazy. I've been waiting, and I was gonna ask Trey if he'd make the caps for me, the top caps. Hopefully, we'll have to work out a price on that. You know,
Trey's looking in Stabwood now. Have you seen any of Stabwood stuff?
I don't know. He is?
Yes. He's got some Stabwood tips. They're pretty sick.
I gotta get one. I gotta get one of everything he makes. Like, everything has a mink on it, you know? Like, everything.
I got him too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best drip tip ever.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna one of the friction tips, it's gotta be the piston. You gotta get one of those at least.
I got one.
They're so comfortable, right?
Very.
Let's see. Trev May. Okay, let's see. Hash Brown Abstract Clouds Is Dean going to catch the reference? Ooh.
I missed that. I gotta be honest.
Abstract clouds. The Trev Addy. No, it's going to be called. I'm thinking. I thought it'd be cool to call it the Sherlock, but I don't know. No, and I'm gonna have a question mark engraved on the side. I thought that'd be kind of cool. That's just one idea. That's definitely not it, though.
Have you seen the Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I cut you off.
It'll be compatible with any wire. Every wire. Any wire. No more snapping leads. No more none of that crap.
I'm ready to see this thing.
It's gonna be pretty rad, dude. Super top secret. Right?
Yeah, I know.
None of this is going up on the channel, so people are gonna know. As far as production goes, I mean, that's way off. I'm just excited to get it out there and let everybody know, because I've been keeping a lid on this for a long time, because I can't find a good machinist. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's tough. And it's tough to find somebody that'll do it. And especially for how many units I want to make. These guys want to make thousands. They don't want to make 50.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't want to tear down all, like the thing with the machine shop is time is money, right? Those things need to be running constantly.
Right.
Constantly. That's the only time it's worth it.
But who has that? Who has thousands? You know,
Yeah.
who has that money?
I know. And there's no, you know that, right?
Right.
There's no fucking way, dude. Like, I just want to make 50. That's it. Ever. Like, that's all that's ever going to be made. Rare.
I have to see this thing.
It's going to be cool, man. I think you're going to dig it.
You keep talking about it.
Hopefully it'll get cloned, man. Then like everybody can like jump on it, because I'm literally only making 50. If it gets cloned, everybody can jump on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Could you imagine? I'd celebrate. I give a shit about clones. Like, people are like, fuck clones, like, whatever, dude. Like, you know what I mean?
You're the first person I've seen that got excited about getting their equipment cloned.
I'm about everybody, man. I do it for the love of everything that's still good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, somebody out there's gonna want it, gonna be able to get it.
Right.
But in a way they can't kind of get it. And that makes me happy, dude. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not, it's just the way I am. I don't just hate to see everybody. I wish I could make thousands. That'd be so fun to kind of sit back and just watch beautiful things happen, you know, and maybe people being
Could the
psyched.
50 though move you further to the 1,000 in a sense? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know, because I think the materials are going to be pretty tough to come by. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's going to be tough. It's been a long road, dude. A long ass road. And I'm like, I feel like I'm in a spot where I can see this dream become reality. You know what I mean? Because the design has evolved probably 50 times. Because the Cascada, did you see that? The Cascada from that company. Cascada. Son of a bitch. Yeah, the people that made the Stellaire. My hell. Who made the Stellaire?
I can't even think of it right now.
Oh my god. Somebody write down who made the Stellaire, please. Oh my god, I can't believe I can't. This is gonna bug me if I don't.
Have you seen the new one that Vicious Ant's coming out with? It's really nice.
I saw the last one. I haven't seen the new one. What is it about?
It's a new RDA that they're coming out. It's a lot different. Looks like the airfoil is underneath on the bottom, and then also on the side of the cap. It's I don't know how to explain it.
That's clever.
Yeah, the way the screws are, it kind of mounts to the. They come out sideways. I guess they have the new Addies where they're mounting the leads on the base.
Oh, okay.
But this one's kind of coming out of this. I don't know. It almost looks like a hinge. It's interesting. I'll send you a picture, a link.
Cool, man. I'll be looking forward to that.
Cartel. There you go.
Cartel. Thank you, everybody. Cartel. Okay, the Cascada. the angled deck. That was one of my. I had that design on mine, and when I saw that, I had to scrap the whole thing completely. You know what I mean?
Okay. Right.
Because it's hard to stick out anymore. You know, when you have these companies that can bang out $1 billion, and all of a sudden, like if one little piece of your design, like the M-Addy, the center post on the M-Addy, is similar to mine, but I don't feel like it's close enough that it's going to be a problem. You know what I mean? Like I don't want anybody to mistake this for that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
you want it to be your own.
Hard. Yeah. Yeah. And like somebody said, those heavy duty O-rings you want are cheap. Yeah, you're right, Cole. Like none of it's really cheap. And I'm just really excited. Hopefully one day. Maybe a year.
The stainless isn't cheap.
No. Especially like surgical stainless.
Right.
If I'm gonna do it once, do it right, you know?
Absolutely.
I got to, man. I got to. But it'll be fun, man. $30. No shit, that's a hell of a price drop. Yeah, dude. I need to get a slam cap or comp cap for my Tugboat V2. I just don't want to drop 35 to 45 bones for one of them. Yes. I think we have just the guy there, Fog. Trey Mink. I'd probably met him, dude. A slam cap. Oh, a slam cap. The slam cap. Have you ever had a Tugboat?
I never had a Tugboat.
Nor I, man.
Never owned one.
Yeah, nor I.
I think it was because I was so into the adjustable airflows. To me, it just seems like, to me, it was going backwards.
Gotcha.
To having a single that you would have to drill out, you know?
Yeah.
But I think they've changed the design since, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's adjustable. Am I right on that?
Yeah, they have it. It's like this one with the two so close together, but they've also come out with some caps that are shorter. They come out with a square cap, and I think they have one, a cloud chasing style cap where the airflow is angled, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure of that. And so yeah, they're kind of messing with it. You know, they're coming out with box mods and stuff like that. Everything's getting crazy.
I got your favorite actually. Yeah, so I got Butterkiss.
Yeah, mine are just kind of chilling, waiting for the right moment. That's really good in the Villa V2. By the way, that one really pops in there. That's a good use. Butter rum.
Butter rum custard.
Better than me. Trey, you got dibs, my friend. No 0000. It actually be number 00. Right?
We got to get one of these together and have like Trey, you know, like just like have a jam session, just kind of just sit and you'd be down for that?
Absolutely. No question. We'll do it. This video with you was actually requested by a viewer.
Awesome.
And yeah, and I think everybody would love that. Daniel Malone's in the building, dude. Shout out to Daniel. I'm missing a question, and I apologize for the delay on your answer, Dean. I'm sorry, bro. I was reading. Somebody said I didn't get an answer.
You just did one payment. That's fine.
I missed one?
No.
Oh.
That's okay.
I've decided my internet doesn't like Trevor responding to me. Okay. Colton, hit me up one more time, man. Daniel, shout out to you, dude. And I am not the Bob Ross of vaping. I think we all know who the Bob Ross is, dude. It's the arm vapor. It's the arm vapor. We all know this, right? Okay. If Bob Ross and Jim Brewer had a baby, it would be named Trevor Jones. You bastard. That was good. All right, Butterkiss, Mike Ogg says. He loves it. I use butter rum in my DIY from time to time. Nice. I'm in. Okay, Trey's in. Cool. We'll have to set it up. We'll get a nice big panel going. And, you know, did you mention Nectar? Jason Nectar?
Nectar was talking about it too. Yeah, Nectar's pretty cool. And I mean, it looks like we have great people and reviewers and people that you're friends with up in here. Friend, and I think that'd be pretty cool. You know, to get some new faces and just kind of work off each other and just talk about vape. I think that'd be fun.
I think it'd be a total blast, and it's kind of cool to get, you know, these different minds in here about vaping. It's fun. I mean, because with, you know, I'm so lucky to have, I have the best subs on YouTube. You know, everybody's always very nice and kind, but they're also super smart and they have great questions. You know, it's easy to keep it flowing. You know what I mean? And I would just love to know what would happen in that room. That'd be a cool panel.
Yeah.
Let's do it. We'll set it up, man. We'll set it up.
I'm down, definitely.
For sure. Next review will be a Sub-ohm tank and then the Velocity. All right. Trev, have you seen the local vape sale Cascada for $29 authentic? No, but I'm going to go get one. Imagine that thing with a nickel coil, dude. It's on. Okay, I didn't ask a question. It's just every time I say something, you respond to my internet is like, nah. Okay. Sorry, I'm late. I had to watch Jeff Favignano iRacing live. Cool, man. What's up, CJ? You're not late. Actually, we are about to wrap this up, though. Yes, and shout out to Fresh. Is Fresh here? I didn't see him, but if he ever watches this, Fresh, shout out to you, man. That's my dude. Cool.
You can hear that popping in there.
Oh, that's nice. That's how we get down. So, Dean, listen, man. I want to give you the floor, dude, and I'm going to, you know, I don't know how you want to do this. If there's anything you'd like to say to anybody or anything, man, it's all yours, dude. So,
yeah, I just want to say thanks. I mean, from the first time that you put the line up and you showcased the first juice, and I mean, and like you said, you're the people who follow your channel are great. I mean, great customers too, and I'm starting to become friends with some of them as well. And you're right, there's good people, and I appreciate it. I appreciate, you know, the opportunity you gave me. It was a pleasure meeting you, especially doing this that we're doing right now. I never expected it, never would have, you know, in a million years think I'd be sitting here right now doing this, but it's still, I mean, the whole journey's just been surreal and great, you know, and I just enjoy it for what it is, and hopefully it'll continue. And if not, I'll definitely have made some friends out of it, you know, good friends.
Damn right.
And that's what it's all about. And thanks for everybody who's come to the site and purchased some juice. And thanks for giving us a chance, you know, an opportunity and a chance to try our stuff. And it's greatly appreciated. Can't thank you enough.
Awesome. Epic words from the man himself, Dean. Pleasure having you on, dude. And to everybody that tuned in and watched and submitted questions, hung out, congratulations to the winners of the giveaway. Listen, man, I can't thank you guys enough for everything. It's been a crazy cool ride. T, I see you, man. What's up, man? And, you know, let's keep it popping, dude.
Definitely.
Get some more reviews up. It's been a beautiful time. I think we should end this in classic form, dude, as we should. You gonna do it with me?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me get
Fuck
myself.
yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. That's how we end it. The classic form was dude, it was out of nervousness. Do you know that?
No, I didn't.
It was in my first video. It was Grumpy's Hooch, a hug from the Vapor Gods. That was the title. So anyway, and I was nervous, and I was doing this video, and you can see if you go back and watch it, you'll die. And I'm just like me, and whatever, and then I just go. I don't know why. And now if I don't do it, I get like drilled into, where's my thumbs up? I didn't do it one video, so now I don't. Anyway.
It's nice meeting you, Ren. Nice meeting everybody.
Dude. So, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me at tjvapes, tjvapingreviews@aol.com.
Or
comment below.
coilvapes.com. I mean, coilvapes@gmail.com. Sorry. You can answer us, or if you're on Facebook, hit me up as a friend request, Dean Hinakis on Facebook. You can see my name. I know it's kind of a tricky last name, but you can probably see it in here. So hit me up. Love to chat.
Awesome, man. Let's end this.
Yes.
In classic form, dude. classic form.
Class.
Yeah, dude.
Mine isn't as classic. I got a sealant fan.
Oh, yours was so classic, dude. That shit was crazy. I couldn't keep up, dude. My thumb was just like that.
Thank you so
cool.
much, man.
See you guys. Be good
All right,
to
bye,
each other.
everybody.